welcome you to our August All Hands. You know, we do these every month just to update you, approved talent only, on our network updates, what's going on. My name is Shirley. You see me in Slack and I send you newsletters. I run community for Braintrust. We have awesome panelists, all from the Braintrust core team here today with us. So I'm just gonna have everyone do a quick round of introductions. Megan?
Hey everybody, I'm Megan. I'm on our talent matching side and on our operations team. So for those of you that don't know me, I work kind of in between our clients and our talent. So I'm trying to bring the best talent for the best clients.
Adam.
Hey everybody, I am Adam Jackson. I live in Northern California, and I'm a co-founder and CEO of the Braintrust project. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Adam. Mark?
Hey everyone, I'm Mark Williams, our VP of Operations, and I work out of Seattle. My job is just to make sure everything runs smoothly, from invoicing to clients paying to getting people on jobs, and also all of those NASA projects that are coming through. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on. Great.
And product.
And product, yes, it is a long list.
And we also have Rick from our sales team.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm on the client side sales team, so I'm responsible for going out and finding us new customers and getting jobs posted and finding new projects and opportunities for you all. So nice to meet you. I'm based in Denver, Colorado.
Thanks all. Adam, would you like to kick us off on some network updates?
Yeah, for sure. So I actually like to start, let me make sure I'm off mute. Yep, okay. I actually like to start kind of reciting our mission for a lot of the new people here. We're adding new people to the talent network, to the approved talent network every day. And so welcome and congratulations on getting through the process, and thank you for being here. We're a little bit of an odd network. We're not like other talent marketplaces you've seen before. So we're building what we call a user-owned and user-controlled platform. That means, first, our core belief here is that user-controlled networks will grow faster, be more valuable, and serve their users better than investor and founder-controlled networks. We see these dynamics kind of playing out in the gig economy right now, where millions of people who drive for Uber or who deliver food for Postmates are barely getting by, and the people who get all the value of that network are the investors or the founders. So we are making everyone who uses our network also an owner. And so this model can work in any two-sided marketplace. I just mentioned the gig economy. We chose to start implementing this model with this fairly narrow but pretty deep category of connecting technical talent, you guys, with great clients that need you, like Porsche and Nestle and NASA and all the other great logos we have. So we're here to, we're building the Braintrust network, which in and of itself is a nonprofit. It's built to bring you together with new clients, to let you work on cool projects, keep 100% of your rate. We don't take any fees from you. Have the flexibility to work from anywhere, and then have a vote in how the network grows. And that's where our token comes in. You earn our token by helping us, by referring other talent or helping vet talent. Pretty soon we're rolling that feature out, the Braintrust Network Expert, or inviting clients. And Grady's actually going to tell you a little bit about how you can earn a ton of tokens by inviting clients here in a minute. But look, our pitch to clients, and this is kind of what Grady does all day, is really simple. This is not about getting cheap people offshore. It's not about pushing down hourly rates. It's about finding really highly talented and experienced people that these companies simply can't hire in-house. They've tried. And so companies use it to augment their staff, or they do fully managed projects. We see lots of both. Braintrust does charge a fee to clients. It's a flat 10% margin. That's meant to cover our costs. Again, it's the Braintrust entity itself is not a profit-seeking entity. And so we, the core team, are here basically to build out the initial network, recruit great people into the talent pool, which we've done a great job of so far, and then bring these awesome clients onto the platform, it's finally really starting to accelerate for us. the token comes in. This is where we really separate from kind of normal companies. Our token is our incentive system and our voting system. So the only way to get the token is by helping grow the network, the ways I mentioned earlier. And what you'll be using the token for is making decisions about our product roadmap. Like right now, it's just kind of us building what we think the network needs. In the future, in the not very distant future, we will be asking you what the network needs, and we will vote on it. And that's how the roadmap will get decided. So that's what we're up to. This past, July, yeah, we're into August now, has been a really exciting time for us. Basically what happened was when the COVID lockdown started, we had a lot of clients push pause on their projects or pull jobs off the board because people were scared. People didn't know whether their stock was going to go to zero or everyone's going to get laid off. And so April and May and part of June were pretty tough here. But then we started seeing clients come back and say, well, look, we didn't go to zero. We still need to build all this stuff. We still haven't hired all these technical people we need. Oh, and we can't get into our offices. So it was sort of a forcing function on remote work, on distributed product and engineering and design teams. And so all of a sudden we looked pretty good. It was, we're sort of the thought leaders in that space, right? We didn't invent remote work, but we sure did bring this new business model to it where we're not overly extracting from our talent, right? And that's an important point. So the momentum started up big. Grady and his team have been, kind of barely keeping their heads above water, trying to onboard, and Megan and Mark, trying to match all these jobs and get everything posted and screen people. It's been a real sprint here, and everyone's doing a great job. So, we've got new jobs from Porsche, Nestle, EY, Pacific Life, Nestle, and many others. And so this is a really, it's an exciting time for all of us. Let's see what else we're doing. We just launched a podcast last week, and, you might say like, boy, I'm not sure the world needed another one of those. But the reason we did it is to become, to sort of express our point of view around how remote work should work, right? Actually, the name of the podcast is how work should work. Very clever. And so their episodes, usually we interview these really interesting people like Stacy Brown-Philpott, who's the CEO of TaskRabbit, right? It's a giant gig economy company. She was an amazing episode, one of our best. We had Matt Mullenweg, who's a founder of WordPress. I mean, just such a sweet guy and such a prolific thinker. And if anyone invented remote work, it's Matt Mullenweg. So go check those episodes out. I think you guys would find them interesting. We use them to help tell our story with clients on the client side. So it's not like we're trying to dethrone Joe Rogan here or anything. We're just trying to get our message out. So let me pause there. That's kind of the intro. We have lots more action-packed stuff here for you today, and I'll give it back to our MC, Shirley.
Thank you, Adam, for that. The podcast is really cool. If you want to share the podcast because you like it on Twitter, social media, or LinkedIn, it's only going to help us build the brand, really trying to attract clients and, seeing that we have such a star lineup of guests, they can understand the type of caliber of people that we are, that support us, really, who are advising. And speaking of clients, let's take a look at some open roles. Megan.
Hi guys. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen as well. Okay, so we have some open roles, and then I'm also going to tell you about some of the roles that we know are coming, so that you can kind of check your own network and see if you can make a referral. So just as Grady was talking about, we have this 2% referral back for client recommendations. We also have the exact same program for talent. Instead of 2%, it's 1%. So if you refer talent using your referral link and they get the job, you get 1% of their billings back in trust. So even if any of these jobs are not right for you, think about who you know that might be an amazing fit for these. We want to talk to them. And you can always get people in touch with me, I'm Megan at usebraintrust.com. Super simple, classic spelling, MEGAN at usebraintrust.com. So these are some of the roles that we have right now. We've just posted these top two yesterday, and then this mid-level backend engineer was posted 2 days ago. We also have 2 additional jobs that we know we're going to be posting soon. One of them might be a little bit tough to fill, so I want to make sure everybody's listening closely for that one. So Arent Fox is a huge law firm. They're a national company, and they don't have a development team at all, but they do get requests all the time for development type of projects. So they have partnered with Braintrust to start putting those small little projects on the network. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity with Arent Fox for these types of projects. And the first one is super interesting. In COVID times, they've realized they've kind of missed that happenstance water cooler type of conversation. So they're looking for a way to create it virtually. So they're looking for somebody that can customize a plugin for Microsoft Teams, and that will allow people to be randomly matched with each other and have these random check-ins. So it's a pretty interesting little project. It's a good, quick side hustle, quick win for people in our community. Speaking of side hustles, this is like the ultimate side hustle that we've ever posted. First of all, it's with Worldwide Technology, which is a huge, huge consulting company. And their client is a huge energy company. So being able to put your foot in both of these pots is an incredible opportunity on its own. But on top of that, it also is an opportunity where you can ultimately potentially earn up to $4,000 a quarter every quarter. So it's kind of like giving yourself a huge little bonus, and it's a side hustle that you can carry on into perpetuity. So what they're looking for is their client has set up a server system, and what they're looking for is somebody that can go in every quarter and do a check, make sure everything's looking good, operate in best practices, and give some suggestions back to the client and Worldwide Technology about how everything's going. So they're looking to do this every quarter, health check. They're looking for somebody in Linux, Docker, Red Hat, and Kudu. So if you are familiar with these pieces, we want to talk to you about this opportunity. It's a really cool opportunity just to give yourself an annual bonus. And then finally, Maya is also a recent one. They just posted this opportunity on their own. We love Maya. We've been working with Maya and helping them out with projects really from the beginning of Braintrust. And what's really fun is now they're so used to Braintrust and the process that they just go in and post jobs on their own, and it's a fun little bonus. So right now they're looking for a mid-level backend engineer that can help with connecting some of their systems. And Maya Health is a really interesting company. Whenever you hear psychedelics, you kind of think, but really what they're doing is adding some clear data, science-driven, medical-grade research in psychedelics for wellness and mental health. And all of the talent that has worked with them in the past have said it's been a really awesome company to work with. So definitely check that one out.
I'll take that one if there's no other takers.
Yeah, right.
I need QA testers.
Yeah.
And then 2 other opportunities I want to tell you guys about. Coursera. This one is going quick. So if you are a top senior UX strategy person, you can user interview, you can wireframe, you can lead IDO type brainstorming sessions where you're thinking about blue sky vision. Coursera wants to talk to you. And in the COVID times, there's probably no other company or space that is hotter than online learning. So this is an incredible opportunity to put some feet in with a growing company and really help them out. They're looking for a 6-month contract. And this one, like I said, is going fast. They are moving very, very quickly. So if you are interested, get in touch with me in the next couple hours. And finally, we have Poly, which is, I didn't originally recognize the name, but this is Polytronics and Plantronics. Am I getting that right, Grady?
Close. Polycom and Plantronics. Yeah.
They are huge. This is the original audio-visual company. They're bringing in billions of dollars every year. And this is an opportunity to work on their flagship audio product. So they inherited this project, or they acquired this product. It is like their hot product in their product line. And it has some legacy code that they need a challenge. They need a problem solver to come in and put pieces together with this product. So there's no documentation. Their top engineers are all like digging deep into this code, trying to learn it, trying to experiment, make mistakes in it so that they're trying to figure out what this code is all about. So this is an amazing opportunity to work with a great top company while also like solving a really, really interesting challenge. This is perfect for our puzzle makers and our problem solvers. So we have 2 other opportunities that we are planning on posting early next week. One of them is for an Android developer. We know we have some incredible Android developers on the platform, so we are looking forward to having your bids. This opportunity is going to be looking specifically at your project cases. So if you are an Android developer, make sure you have awesome project cases for Android. And then the next opportunity that they're posting is for an accessibility engineer. This is somebody that understands accessibility, ADA compliance in engineering on software platforms. This we think might be a little bit difficult to solve. So please look in your networks. Let us know if you have somebody that understands this space really well and can be a huge value add to this client. So I'm going to stop there. Feel free to ask and send me any questions. Again, Megan@usebraintrust.com. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Megan, for that awesome update. So Megan is the person who talks directly with the client along with Grady and understands what exactly they're looking for in a talent. So if you're reading a job description, and I know it's just text, you probably don't have the full context. Megan is your person to understand more, either it's the company culture or who they're really looking for. She can prep you for success before you submit your bid. So thank you, Megan, for doing that. She's been so successful at it, and everyone loves working with her. Next, my turn. So we were talking about tokens earlier. For the new people in the group, tokens represent control over the network. You can do a lot of fun things with tokens, actually meaningful things, I should say, not just fun. For example, you can vote on how the things are governed. So each Braintrust represents one vote, right, Adam? I just want to make sure. Yep. And you can vote on product features, product roadmaps, and put stakes on bids going forward, making sure that client knows that you're very serious about things. So control and governance aside, there are fun sides of the token, which are token rewards that you can redeem rewards for. And I'm going to share my screen so you can see we launched Braintrust Token Rewards. And what this is a place for you to redeem your tokens in your Braintrust wallet for software, service, product discounts, or freebies. So currently, we came up with this list of rewards based on a collaboration worksheet with the talent group. People put in what people want to do. And, if I see repetition, that's when things are bumped up to the top of the list. Lots of people wanted Spotify and Netflix. Tiffany Ramirez, who bidded on the NASA project, got 1,000 Braintrust, and she redeemed it for Netflix just yesterday. So it's happening. You can do this too. Entertainment rewards, Braintrust rewards are things that the Braintrust team can supply to you. These are things to help us build a network again, and maybe for you to get to know other people who are in the community. We also have software rewards. So these are things that, you had submitted in the Google form, things that are helpful to you, freelancer tools for booking, invoicing, scheduling, as well as designer specific tools. Sketch, Figma, Microsoft 365 is something that everyone uses. Developer tools, I didn't get a whole bunch of. So if there are things that you're interested there, please let me know. We'll see what kind of partnership we can work out there. Service rewards. So freelancers, a lot of your entrepreneurs, people have just have raised hands for desire to improve soft skills as well as pitching skills. So we've identified 2 really great coaches working specifically with freelancers or entrepreneurs to hone in your messaging, as well as creating PR and media opportunities if that's something you desire. So they're available to you. We're working on legal and accounting consultation. If you just have some questions that you want to ask a professional, we'll be able to do that with token redemption. And finally, Adam was very generous and came up with a very fun reward, which is an all expenses paid trip. If you earn 10,000 Braintrust, we welcome you to meet the team in San Francisco when it's safe to travel again. So something to aspire to. But that's Braintrust rewards. I'm going to stop sharing. And knowing that, here's an opportunity to earn Braintrust live. Why not? You get 10 Braintrust if you answer this question correctly. To answer the question, basically enter the answer in chat. The first person who gets the right answer earns 10 Braintrust. Okay, so the question is the Braintrust token a utility token, commodity token, or security token? Utility, commodity, or security? I love it. Well, Thomas, you're an OG here, so you got it right. It's a utility token. You get the 10 Braintrust.
Shirley, would it be helpful if I quickly explain the difference real quick?
Do.
So help me from a regulatory standpoint as well. So utility tokens are things that they're tokens that have real use on a network. So for us, you earn them by helping us invite people, vet people, build things. The utility will be in voting over the roadmap, trading them in for a Spotify subscription, or doing something like staking them with a bid, which is a feature we're going to roll out later. I'll get into, but it'll be a way to set yourself apart from other talent on the network. So it's a token that has real use, and we actually couldn't operate the marketplace the way we do without the token. A commodity token, I've actually never heard that term. Is that a real thing, Shirley, or did you just make that up?
It's a real thing.
Is it? Okay.
Google says it's real.
I mean, Bitcoin is technically a commodity. The CFTC in the United States regulates Bitcoin. So if I guess Bitcoin would be a commodity token. And then a security token is something, it's a digital representation of an actual security. And so examples of securities would be a bond or a share of stock, or interest, in a private company, or interest in real estate. So what's cool is they're actually starting to securitize real assets on the blockchain. So like, let's say I own a house and I want to, sell a third of the interest in that house. I can tokenize it and create tokens that represent interest in the house. And then if the house ever sells, that token will actually get a part of the money that's raised from the sale of that house. Or you could do it with apartment buildings and have the rent flow through these tokens. It's kind of cool. It's just a way of making securities more portable and transferable through the blockchain. So we are not that. We are the first one.
Thank you, Adam. And so for newcomers, I'm going to drop in chat. This is where you can learn more about tokens through our token guide. It explains a lot more in there. But if you have more suggestions on what type of rewards you would like to see, ping me and we'll see if we can make it happen. Okay, so upcoming community roundtables, we hosted one with Christopher Pruchson last month, and that was really fun. We had basically, it's a roundtable where everyone can discuss things that they want to. It's not a webinar where someone's just talking at you. This is an opportunity for you to connect to see who else is in Braintrust. We did a developer or engineer specific one 2 days ago with CodeScreen, where the co-founder came in to talk about their product for screen sharing and agile team. So that was vertical specific. I'm going to be doing more of those for design and engineering as well as product verticals, bringing in external speakers, as well as looking for internal talent to host these sessions. If you're interested, raise your hand, let me know. Maybe you'll earn some Braintrust. And so we have an upcoming one with Envision for designers. They're going to talk about their design systems for people. It should be a really good one. Stephanie Robinson from their customer success team will be hosting the session. So look out for an invite there. And then, let's see. So talent highlights. Okay, so this is something that's new that we're doing. I think I'd love to be able to have our talents talk about their journey and their experience with Braintrust. So Taiwo and Alberto will be talking to us today about how they landed new projects on Braintrust. Taiwo is an excellent community member, super engaged, super smart talent engineer. He recently got hired by Nestle. So Taiwo, I'm going to promote you to panelists right now. If you can just talk to us about your background and then tell us a little bit about the Nestle project, it would be really great.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Taiwo. I'm a software engineer from Lagos, Nigeria, and I got to learn about Braintrust from my twin brother, who's also a designer on the network. And what I usually do in my day-to-day is build web products using mostly JavaScript frameworks. And when I saw the Nestle job, I was quite intrigued in the sense that it required knowledge of two JavaScript frameworks, which I use daily, which are Angular and React, and I applied. So what made my application stand out was honesty. Really, that's what stood out for me in my application, because in my cover letter, I took care of explaining how my career progressed from using WordPress to learning over the space of 3-4 years how to use those JavaScript frameworks. And so there was a question, if I can just go back to my bid. So one of the questions on the bid was, describe your involvement with an e-commerce website and what kind of problems did you solve and how did you approach it? So luckily for me, I've had about 3 years experience prior to applying for the Nestle job in purely e-commerce websites. And I've worked with about 4 or 5 different brands on e-commerce projects. So it was easy for me to relate my experience on different challenges I'd faced from my first day on the job to tell a story basically in my cover letter that said, these are the challenges I faced. I had issues that I had to learn. And one other thing that helped me in my application was I speak to Shirley and Megan a lot on Slack. So always reach out to Megan if you're having issues with your profile, because I had my profile, I thought my profile was looking great, and I reached out to Megan for some advice, and she told me, highlight your top skills that related to the job or related to this role, highlight them as your primary skills. So I went to my profile and I made those edits, and sure enough, I was picked for an interview. And what stood out for me from the interview is, if you're going into an interview like that, I think research is the best weapon you can have. Research about the brand, research about what tools they're using. And one thing I did for that role was I had the job posted on Braintrust on the left and my browser on the right. So I was looking at the job posting, reading up on the tools that they required, seeing what similar experience I had with those tools. So there was a particular requirement for NetSuite. I'd never worked with NetSuite, but I'd used SAP to some.
Oh, Taiwo, you're frozen. Well, it sounds like these are some really great anecdotes. A quick summary of what he just said of making his bid stand out. Number one, it sounds like he talked through the experience of his challenges when answering client questions. So the challenges that he faced and how he resolved it. So being very detailed about telling the
These are
story.
superheroes. It comes to
Taiwo, it sounds like your internet is unstable. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to put you on.
hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Okay, so so that's basically how I got the role, and just basically be honest with your conversations and with your skill sets. You can look through the job postings, identify the major skills that are needed, and tweak or align your profile to match those requirements. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Taiwo. And then Alberto, are you ready to chat with us about your experience?
Yes, I'm ready.
Great, please go ahead. Tell us a little bit about yourself. And also, so Alberto recently got hired into the Porsche project, which is super exciting. He's not answering my Slack messages anymore because he says he's heads down on the project. And he adopted a few pets, so he's got his hands full, but please go ahead.
Yes, that's right. And I apologize for that, but it's been crazy over here. So yeah, and I'm not even opening Slack anymore. So yes, sorry, Shirley.
It's okay. I'm just kidding. So
All
can
right.
you tell us about the process?
Yeah. So I've been a developer for 7 years, 8 years now. Working as a contractor for almost 4 years. 4 years in November. The Porsche interview process was interesting. And it was interesting because it felt like they were doing their own thing there. So multiple rounds of interviews and just different types of questions. And since it is a small team, they were really looking for someone that was not only a front-end developer, but also a designer if needed, and a back-end engineer if needed, and all that. So it was definitely interesting. Yeah, and I actually joined them a couple weeks ago, so it's been fun for sure.
Thank you, Alberto. Do you have a quick anecdote to share on what you think your bid was successful that you did?
I would say I'd also say honesty. That is a really good point. Just letting them know that if you don't know something, you don't know it, and that's okay. But also reassuring them that if that's the case, you can just you have the ability to go look for it, right? So and this was very interesting during the interview. Is that if there is a code challenge, if there is a question you don't know the answer to, it is fine to use Google, as long as you just let them know what you're doing and what your thought process is, really. So that is definitely one thing that really helped. That is part of the reason why the team and I now we built this trust in just a couple of weeks. We built this trust that is just fantastic. So they know that I'm going to deliver it because there were times that I told them that I couldn't do it, right? So now they know that if that's the case, then yeah, I'm fine saying that, well, it's not going to happen. So that had a big role in it. And also I recorded my screen, and I did this this small little fun walkthrough of my previous projects, just explaining a little bit some of the decisions that I've made, and yeah, I guess that also helped a lot.
Thank you so much, Alberto. Honesty and trust is so important in a sea of talented people. And Megan and I loved your video that you recorded. So appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can just say one thing really quickly. Alberto has gotten interviews with almost every single job he has bid for.
Wow.
And I think one of the reasons why he has had that is because he created these demo videos. So he has some of them on his profile publicly, the ones that he can share. And then the ones that are protected by NDA, he has protected them and only put them in the cover letter. And so as a result, the clients are seeing him present his own work, so they get a very clear idea of his communication style, which is huge with all of our clients. They are always so nervous with contractors about whether they can have that presence and be able to ramp up. So Alberto's demo videos, I have had 2 clients say specifically, those videos are what made the difference for me. So if you want to get these videos, I will coach you. I will show you how to do it. They're huge. So they're like the best way to get an interview. So let me know and I will help.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Megan. And on to our Mr. Product, Mark Williams.
Yep. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Alberto and Taiwo. You hit it right on the head when you said that honesty and trust is what this is all about. It's one of the first questions that Grady and I get when we're on calls with clients. How do we trust that the people are who they say they are on this platform? And one of the ways we do that, in addition to some of those new videos that people are shooting and including, is having complete profiles. It wouldn't be an all hands if we didn't harp on how important it is to have complete profiles. I know a lot of the new people who have joined don't have to worry about this as much because we locked down and made some of the most important parts of your profiles required. So no one's getting through that approval process without having a good looking profile now. But it's a good reminder for some of you original people who snuck through before we locked that down. Go back, hit that profile up, look at all the skills you have added. If you've completed any new projects recently, stick those on there. The project cases where you highlight some of the past work are one of the areas that clients really love to see, and it just helps prove that you're who you say you are, rather than just that huge list of skills. But that big list of skills are also extremely important to fill out. For the new people, that's how our matching engine works. So it's how you get notified when new jobs hit. So if you aren't always looking at our site every day, we'll still send you an email when we think there's a good looking job that matches your skills. And it also really helps us on when some of those new roles are coming, like Megan mentioned, 2 coming early next week. One of those we think is going to be a little bit difficult, but when we are able to search everyone's profile out there and see what we have, it just helps us know whether we're going to need to spend a little extra time firing up that referral engine, or in some cases, sourcing externally so we can fill those jobs as quickly as possible. Alrighty, on the application process, some of you have noticed, if you have applied to jobs recently, there's a small little new feature that has lit like wildfire with all of our clients. They love seeing this calendar availability. So when you apply to a project, we give you the chance to share a link to your calendar like Calendly or any other tool where you can share your availability for screening. Hiring managers love seeing this because it just takes a lot of the back and forth out of scheduling screening interviews, and they're starting with the people who provide these links. So it's another way to have your application stand out if you're able to just sign up for Calendly. It takes 5 to 10 minutes to set up your calendar, very simple, and including that on the application will help you stand out as well. The NASA process, we've talked about this quite a few times, but just since it's a little bit different than the other jobs we post, I want to run through briefly how this looks. So we've submitted 4 or 5 proposals, and the way these happen is NASA gives us a request for task plan. We're one of the handful of companies that for the next 5 years are able to bid on these jobs and say that we are able to handle them. And so it's great because it kind of limits the competition. We're not out there against everyone in the world, but they don't give us much time on these. So you've seen on some of the posts, we need to provide them questions, normally in 3 or 4 days. And then we hire the team who applies to our job on Braintrust to help us create the proposal. I saw Christy here has just submitted a proposal early this morning. So Christy, I'll be taking a look at that. And how it works is we look at that proposal. It's normally a 5-page limit, so it's not a huge amount of work, but you just lay out the how we're going to deliver this project. We submit it to NASA, normally about a week turnaround. If we win the work, you win the work if you want it, and you can always say no if the time comes, and we can post it back up and find other people to work on it. But it's a little bit different process than how our other jobs work, because there's that initial step of building the proposal with us and then submitting that to NASA. But a good pipeline of work. We've seen quite a few jobs come through here, so we're excited to keep working with them. And it's a great looking logo. We love talking about this one. It comes up a lot when we're talking with clients and investors in our network. And a quick reminder on invoicing. Each client is a little bit different on how they pay, when they pay, if they're weekly, if they're monthly. But the good news is the process for you is always the same. You submit invoices on Braintrust, the client pays those, and we pay you straight away. So we try to keep this as simple as possible for both sides to make sure you're getting paid as quickly as possible. Any questions, I'm here to guide you through the process, and Shirley and I are going to be shooting some product videos to lay this out. So we're giving you guys the information as you need it when you're going through the process with us. Finally, on product, just briefly, other than that calendar availability, which was so important to our clients, a lot of the work we've been doing has been behind the scenes. A lot of performance improvements and security enhancements that we need just to keep this thing running as tightly and as efficiently as possible. So not as much front end improvements that we normally talk about in these. But as Adam mentioned, the Braintrust Network Expert is coming soon. We're testing it this month. For some of the new people who haven't heard this before, this is another way for you to stand out. It's going to be an enhanced vetting process where you'll run through with one of our additional screeners and have an extended interview process just with us internally. And for the engineers, there's going to be some tests. If you're interested in becoming a network expert, we're going to have more to share on how that program works. And then that's going to give you a badge on the profile. So when you apply to jobs, the client is going to see that as well. So it's just another way to build trust with our clients and show them that we are bringing them the best talent. So we'll have more to share there next month. We are just about out of time, so I want to quickly go back to Adam and open the floor to any questions that people have. If you want to hit those in the chat, we will address as many as we can before time runs out here.
Yeah, please do post any questions you have here in the chat. We can answer them live. But as always, you know, all of us are an open door here. My email is adam@usebraintrust.com. Shoot me a note anytime. I love hearing from you guys. And just to wrap up here, you know, can't thank you guys enough, everyone in the talent community. I mean, this is working now, right? Like, it's so great to see this thing growing. Our clients are raving about us, are so happy. We have, and it's all because of you, right? It's, you guys are doing great work for them. They are getting their initiatives built. You're making them look smart to their bosses, everything, like it's all working. And, you know, we feel very fortunate that, this very negative situation with the global pandemic and closing everybody's offices and people getting laid off left and right. Like we're very happy to be able to do, make a small contribution to help get people back to work and help, the economy slowly recover here globally. So can't thank you enough. Get out there, make some referrals, earn some tokens. And as always, your feedback on everything is what makes us keep improving quickly. So thank you all. Have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, everyone. We'll post this in Slack later and look forward to seeing you next month.
Bye. Thanks, guys.
See ya.